Hi everyone, and welcome to this video on alleviating loneliness during the festive season, where it's my pleasure to share solutions should you be feeling overcome at this time of year with feelings of loneliness that are impacting your physical and mental health and your entire way of being, acting and behaving. Although loneliness in our society is now more prevalent than ever before, after reading my mentor Tony J. Selimi's book on the subject, #Loneliness, the virus of the modern age, it awakened me to see that for a vast majority, it's still a subject rarely spoken of. In the book, Tony shares many valuable concepts and principles on the loneliness pandemic silently destroying millions of people's lives. It also taught me that loneliness could kick in at any time, and it could be personal reasons such as embarrassment, guilt and shame. Or perhaps more so at this time of year, it's the pretending to others that all is fine, the facade that all's okay, that we're all looking forward to the holiday season. That is far from the truth. Some of us are alone, avoiding family gatherings at any cost, and we hide from anyone who may be able to see through the mask we show to the world. Something that resonated with me when I read Tony's The Unfakeable Codebook. So if you are hiding behind the facades of fine and okay, grab a copy of #Loneliness and start a self-reflective journey that can help you identify what makes you lonely, how your emotions impact others and what you can do about it. The reason is that I will enlighten you about the vast amounts of research now available on the effects of loneliness, and it's no understatement to say these effects are deadly severe for you. So if you need more time to be more aware, the following should set off your alarm bells. Loneliness has been linked to an increased risk of heart disease, depression, early death, poor sleep, and being as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Lonely people are twice as likely to develop Alzheimer's. Wow, these are genuinely frightening facts. And if you're someone who goes to the gym or takes part in physical exercise to feel less lonely or to alleviate mental health stressors, perhaps it's got you thinking, are my physical efforts to improve my health going in vain if my loneliness is still constant? On the other hand, if you're suffering from poor mental health and are suffering in silence, you'll probably be aware that simultaneously you're suffering from loneliness too. But are you aware that according to the World Health Organization, people with severe mental health disorders have a 10 to 25 year reduction in life expectancy? And with depression being one of the most common mental health illnesses to suffer from, and its prevalence being on the rise globally, did you know that suffering from depression means having 1.8 times higher risk of premature mortality? So you can only imagine the effects on your health of suffering from a combination of loneliness and a mental health illness. And if this has got you thinking and you'd like to read more about the effects of loneliness, you can do so by looking up the website for Campaign to End Loneliness. But in all honesty, until I began working with Tony J. Selimi and I read and kept rereading his multi-award winning book, #Loneliness, I too needed to be more educated and less ignorant of these hard facts and truths. That's why each morning when I wake, I'm so grateful and glad that I decided to hire Tony as my coach, mentor, educator and healer. A decision that since that moment has changed my life for the better and forever. Because today, sharing with you as someone who once suffered from many chronic mental health illnesses and extreme loneliness, I know that making that decision at the age of 38 enabled me to see my 40th birthday and many more. It was a life or death choice for me then. Perhaps it is the same for you now. Christmas is often a time of self-reflection where you look over your past year, accomplishments and successes. Still, it can also be when you may feel overwhelmed by events of the last year or that which you've lost in the previous year. For instance, many things may have changed in your life in 2022 that have brought a cold touch of loneliness. You may have lost a job you loved and the connection of those colleagues who were so much a part of your daily life. Or perhaps you've lost a partner and missed their loving touch, voice, and your home, and life has become lonely without them. Perhaps you've been through a painful separation or divorce that's resulted in you not spending so much time with your children. Or is your loneliness stemming from deep down fears that you're too afraid to discuss? Say about your sexuality, mental health, or something else personal to you. Maybe it's even bullying or abuse you may have been through or are going through, which has caused significant mental, physical and emotional trauma that you feel you can't talk or share because you are fearful or are being controlled or threatened, and maybe believe or have been led to believe that no one will listen, let alone care about your pains. You may even be staying in a toxic relationship for the sake of others because you feel you must live up to their expectations. And this could be your entire family or even friends with whom you want to keep up appearances. It could even be a toxic working environment where much is going on, such as bullying by those in higher positions abusing their authority. You may feel helpless and lonely with it because in their position you may think that they are untouchable. Perhaps this has got you thinking, are you living your home and work life surrounded by others but feeling alone and lonely simultaneously? Loneliness is a hugely complex subject, and what's been shared in this video is just a glimpse into the many ways that I've learned from Tony J. Selimi how it impacts every aspect of a person's life and society. If you're struggling mentally and living with extreme loneliness, as I once was, perhaps you're now more aware of loneliness's devastating effects on your entire being and why it's so important to seek help immediately. So suppose you'd like to alleviate your pain, frustrations, stress and the loneliness that follows. Speaking from personal experience, working with Tony J. Selimi will change your life in ways unimaginable. You'll find a qualified coach and a world famous educator you'll feel completely safe with and can trust while you're sharing your deepest frailties. Being coached and mentored by Tony, you will feel peaceful, energised and inspired after every session. Not only will he help you to demystify such issues as mental, emotional and physical health, but also where your great encompassing feelings of shame, guilt and loneliness began, which could be years before you expected. As was the case with me, when he helped me to see that although my poor mental health began at age 17, my loneliness started years earlier at age 13, when I changed who I was to fit in with others, all because I was lonely and was searching for acceptance. The consequences were that this teenage process of change led to me becoming a fake and losing myself and my identity for over 2 decades. What is shared here has given you a greater perspective of how trapped emotions can lead to loneliness and how, in your quest for acceptance, validation, or feeling you have to live up to others' expectations, unfortunately, it's caused you to lose yourself and become lonely. So to alleviate festive loneliness, you can do these 3 things. Read and listen to inspiring audiobooks and check out Tony's award-winning books and other books that speak to your soul. Spend time in nature, walking, running, exercising and enjoying what nature offers. Give yourself the most fantastic Christmas gift and decide to work with a cognitive expert who can help you reconnect to your authentic self and redesign your life for 2023. And for those of you who'd love to transform your life for the better forever by working with Tony, Tony works virtually and in person with clients all over the globe, facilitating the realisation and accomplishment of personal, professional and business goals. And here are 4 ways he can assist you in creating life-changing breakthroughs, growth and accelerating your journey to excellent health, influence, relationship, business, wealth and success. 1. Book a breakthrough consultation by emailing his team at info@tonyselimi.com. 2. Grab your copy of Tony's #1 Amazon best-selling and multi-award winning books, A Path to Wisdom, #Loneliness, The Unfakeable Code, A Path to Excellence, and enrol in his Mindfulness for Higher Productivity, Performance and Profitable Life Udemy course, where you'll be able to join thousands of happy students. 3. Make the fastest progress by hiring Tony to work with you on your business and train your leaders and teams. And 4. Book Tony for your TV, radio, podcast, or hire him as a speaker to educate, inspire and transform your audience at your next company or industry event. For more information, go to www.tonyselimi.com. And lastly, thank you all for watching, and I wish you all the very best for 2023. Thank you.